What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything important you need to know in Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2. This season added a lot of content. It definitely feels like an OG Fortnite season, just in terms of how much content and how much changed in this season. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this season. And if you do enjoy watching this video, remember to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, because I'm going to have a lot coming in the future. The first major changes we have to talk about in this video are going to be the new weapons. We got the Havoc Pump Shotgun, the Havoc Suppressed AR, and the Katana. The Havoc Pump Shotgun is an interesting weapon. It does have a very good damage, but the range on it is not the best. And then its handling attributes I thought were fine. I did see a lot of people today when I was streaming kind of saying that they feel like the handling of it is terrible or the pullout time is terrible. I didn't really notice that personally. It felt fine to me. The main thing I really noticed was the range on this shotgun not being the best, and that kind of led to some inconsistencies. I could be wrong on this. Kind of shotguns are the hardest weapon to judge in Fortnite. If you guys have played for any, length of time in Fortnite, the shotguns can be pretty inconsistent or pretty unpredictable at times. So just day one of a new season, it's kind of hard to judge, but I think it's a good weapon. Like I said, the range on it is the only kind of questionable thing. I loved it in build mode. I was enjoying it a lot. In zero build, I noticed that hit to the range a little bit more. I'm not really sure which shotgun I prefer in zero build at the moment. The Havoc Suppressed AR is, as the name implies, a suppressed assault rifle. It's a third-person bloom-based weapon, but it has very good recover time on the bloom. Like pretty much as soon as you're done shooting, you're back to first shot. So if you do shoot this weapon in short bursts, it's pretty good, or tap fired at range. And then even at longer ranges, it's not like the bloom is horrendous on this weapon. It obviously can get up there, but I feel like as far as third person bloom weapons go, it's pretty solid. I still think the hammer AR would probably be better. I haven't really used this weapon that much, but I didn't really mind using it when I did have to use it. I think it is quite good. And if you're someone who likes using like a 2-gun loadout, I think this could be really good, especially if you really enjoy the heavy sniper. I feel like you could run Havoc Pump Shotgun, Havoc Suppressed, or your choice of shotgun rather. But you could run your choice of shotgun, the Suppressed AR, and then the sniper is your ultimate long range, and I think that could be quite good. The Katana is this season's shockwave hammer, essentially. It has a dash ability, which like the hammer is, you get around the map with it. And then it also has a melee attack ability. With the dash, I feel like this is a little bit easier to use than the hammer, because with the hammer, you had to kind of use it in such a way to get where you wanted as a result of the blast radius. But with this Katana, you just look where you want to go. If you want to go straight up, you look straight up. If you want to go up and at an angle, you go up and at an angle. And I would recommend kind of looking up. When I first used it, I thought it was pretty terrible because I was just looking straight ahead and I really wasn't going that far. But if you look a decent amount up in the direction you want to go, it's pretty easy, or it's pretty good to use, and you can chain it. So you could just use all 3 dashes without ever touching the ground, and it does recharge a little bit faster than the hammer. The only real downside to this weapon, or ways that I prefer the hammer much more, I think, is it has a weird delay when you use it and then try to switch weapons. You have to wait for the animation to be completely done to switch weapons, and then by that time you're kind of already coming down. Whereas with the hammer, you could use it and then immediately switch weapons, so you could be sure you were going to land on the weapon you wanted to land on, or maybe even get some shots on the target from the air. It also, I think, is a little bit harder to track somebody using it than the hammer was. This could just be because I'm new to it, whereas the shockwave hammer, we had 3 months of experience playing against it, so you kind of knew where someone was going to end up when they used it. But with this Katana, you kind of disappear for a brief moment and then come back. So it can be a little bit harder to track players using it. But overall, I think it's a fine mobility item. If you liked the hammer, you're probably going to like this. If you hated the existence of the hammer, you're probably going to hate the Katana. The returning weapons are, I also feel like the melee is more dangerous than the shockwave hammer's melee. I personally didn't think the melee on the shockwave hammer was very good. Most of the time I encountered somebody using it, they were kind of just wasting both of our times. But the Katana's melee, if they get on you and kind of chain those attacks, it definitely can be difficult to deal with. It also does negate fall damage if you use it. If you use the dash, you won't take fall damage. The returning weapons are going to be the Red Eye Assault Rifle, the Twin Mag SMG, the Maven Auto Shotgun, the Combat Shotgun, but it's in the regular loot pool now. It's not from an augment. the tactical pistol, the heavy sniper, the Cobra DMR, and then the heisted exotics are back in holo chests, and I believe they're in vaults as well. That's what I was told by my Twitch chat, which, you know, Twitch chat isn't always the most reliable source, but I didn't go to any of the vaults today when I was playing, so I'm not sure if those heisted exotic crates are in the vaults like they were during the Most Wanted update, but I know for sure you can get heisted exotics from the holo chest. Also, one really interesting thing about the Katana I forgot to mention is that you can get it from holo chests for 1 key, which is really nice. It increases your odds of getting it. Overall, I didn't have a hard time getting the Katana today. And then in the new biome, there are also these like sword racks that are like a guaranteed Katana. So if you land in the new biome, you should have like a really easy time getting them. But even then, I felt like it was very easy to get them. All Oathbound items and the Deku Smash were removed. So the Shockwave Hammer is gone. It's been gone. The Excalibur is gone. The Falcon Scout is gone. And the Guardian Shield is gone. There's also a whole host of other items that were removed. Like I think Impulses are gone. I think Bunkers are gone. And there might be a few others, but those were like the main items that were removed. Most of the healing items, I think all of the healing items remained in the game. Also, Wildlife was vaulted. Wolves, boars, frogs. I think chickens are still in the game, but a majority of the wildlife was removed. Slurp Juice has also been reworked to now give you base health and shield at the same time, and much faster than it was. And it also gives you 100 of each, so, or 99 of each, I guess. No, it would be 100 because you could be no shield and it'll get you to 100. But so you could be at 1 HP, just 1 white health, and then use this, and then when it's done, you will be at 100, full shield, full health. It's a very good item. It's essentially like a reworked Chug Jug in a way. You don't have to sit there and use it for the entire like duration. You could just drink it and then go about your day, and it's going to get you to full health. They are, I think, only attainable from certain methods. So there's these drops you can get. It's like a supply drop that comes down, and then you have to interact with it and then wait for it to capture. Every time I opened these, I got a purple shotgun, a purple AR, I think regular heals, and then 2 of the gold Slurp Juice. And then also you can get them from vaults. So if you open a vault, you can get them. They might be in the regular loot pool, but if they are, they're incredibly rare. I didn't get this from like a floor loot drop or a chest drop after almost 6 hours of playing this morning. So I do not think that the Slurp Juice is in the regular loot pool. You have to get it from these special like drop containers or the vaults. I also think I did get one by capturing the flag on the island, but we'll get to that later on. There's an entire new biome on the right corner of the map. So where Faulty is now gone, and the area around Faulty is now gone. There's 4 new POIs: Mega City, Steamy Springs, Kenjutsu Crossing, and Naughty Nets. I think these POIs were good. I'm not the biggest fan of Mega City. I've never really enjoyed like the huge, massive POIs, especially for zero build and how passive people play at times. It just does not seem like an enjoyable experience to me. And there's also a vault at Shattered Slabs now, and there's a vault at Mega City as well. And the boss at these vaults, I believe it's the same boss, has the mythic version of the Havoc suppressed AR, and then you can get the Havoc pump shotgun from opening the vault. So if you kill the boss, you get the mythic AR. If you open the vault at Shattered Slabs or Mega City, from my understanding, you get the mythic shotgun as well. And this mythic Havoc pump can hit for 250 damage to the head. So it can one pump people in zero build, and it can one pump somebody in builds mode without getting a perfect shot, which is pretty crazy. I believe the legendary version caps out at 190 damage. So this mythic shotgun is a huge advantage to have on the map. Personally, I was not aware of this when I was playing today. But I definitely think the Mythic Havoc might be worth going for. The Mythic Havoc pump might be pretty ridiculous with it being able to one hit. There's also a Mythic Pulse Rifle from the island that spawns in. So I believe this island spawns in around like 3rd zone or so, and it will be marked for you. And then if you capture the flag on the island, you get a mythic pulse rifle. The pulse rifle is a really interesting weapon where when you hip fire it, it has like a really good fire rate. It's like a fast fire rate. And then when you aim down sights, it has like a slow fire rate, very good accuracy. And I believe it has added damage when you aim down sights as well. So it's like 2 weapons in one essentially. And this mythic version is quite good. Unfortunately, the only time I was able to use it today, I ended up getting in a really weird fight like afterwards and just lost it. It was an awkward engagement, and I really didn't get to use it out that much. But the Mythic Pulse Rifle can be good if you capture the point on the island. And then there also is a vault on the island that you can open for 2 keys. I'm not sure if you're able to get the Mythic Shotgun from here. You might be able to. The only time I was there. I didn't have 2 keys to open it, so I'm not sure what's in that vault. It could just end up being kind of like how the vaults were towards the end of chapter 3, where it's just like kind of more normal loot that you could get otherwise. There might not be anything special in there. And then the final thing is going to be that they reworked zones. So I believe it used to be 5 zones and then moving. I could be wrong on that, but there was, 5 or 6 zones in the game, maybe a bit more if you had a game last all the way to moving zones, or several moving zones deep, which typically wouldn't happen in public matches, especially zero build, but it would happen in competitive. For this season, they completely reworked the zones. You'll notice that first zone is pretty much the entirety of the map. There's 12 zones now, and initially I wasn't sure if this makes the game last longer, but I looked at my replays, and my zero build matches were around 24 minutes, and I believe zero build matches in the past used to be around 18 minutes. So they changed the way zones work. The game moves a little bit slower now. I definitely noticed that slowness when I was playing, but I kind of just attribute it to the fact that the snipers are back and it's day 1 of the season. So obviously people are going to be a bit more reserved, and they're like going to be trying to get their first win. I feel like the first day of a season is always kind of more slow paced and more sweaty than typical, but the way they reworked zones and the way they changed zones did actually extend the game time on some of my matches compared to what it was previously. But I think it's like those 3 things together. The sniper kind of makes people play a little bit more passive in game because there's the people sniping and the people scared of being sniped. The new season, day 1, people really want to win and get that victory umbrella. And then also the fact that zones are slower definitely makes the game play out a little bit slower, I would say now. It'll probably advance as days go on, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about these new zones. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As far as augments go, we have a few new ones added, and then a lot were vaulted. So I'm going to go over the new ones and then just tell you guys which ones returned, because most of them were vaulted. The first is going to be dumpster diving. This will make it to where loot will spawn when you leave a hiding place, and you can only do this once per hiding place. There's treasure hunter, which is nearby chests are marked when you enter a POI for the first time. Slap surplus, 1 slap juice from every chest you open. This is similar like Splash Medic, but it works on chests only, and it's guaranteed 1 slap juice per chest. Munition slide, gain medium ammo while sliding. Medium ammo amp, this is like pistol amp. It increases your magazine size for medium ammo weapons. Shotgun recycle, when using shotguns, ammo have a chance to not consume ammo, so like you shoot and get a free shot, similar to how the AR one was last season. I think this could be very good when combined with the heist at Exotic Maven. There's dignified finish, which I think is the best augment in the game right now, and it elims refresh a cooldown for your sword dash. So if you sword onto somebody and eliminate them, you will get another charge for your sword back like immediately. The sword doesn't have as long of a cooldown time as the hammer, but this is still definitely really nice to have in chaotic situations. And then the returning augments, like I said, a lot were vaulted. The returning ones are Light Finger, Sniper Surplus, Aerialist, Chug Gunner, Jelly Angler, Bloodhound, Shadow Striker, more Parkour, and Keymaster. So not as many augments in the game as there was towards the end of last season, and a lot of the very high tier ones were vaulted. Personally, I like this. This is something I talked about in my season review video, where I would kind of prefer if the augments were just like kind of nice bonuses, but not insane. And I feel like that's kind of a nice spot we have right now this season. I'm sure they'll add more over time, and there will be, some insane augments that come in, or maybe they'll unvault some from last season, but this is the starting point for the augments in Chapter 4 Season 2. Overall, I think this season is very good. Like I said earlier on in the video, the amount of content in the season definitely feels like a new Fortnite season. Like a lot of the Chapter 3 seasons I thought were good and they were solid, but they didn't feel as special getting on like day 1. There weren't as many map changes to explore. It just didn't feel like how a Fortnite season used to feel. And part of that you're never going to get back, like the old days were the old days for a reason. But this definitely feels closer to what like a new season used to feel like than a lot of the recent ones have. So I think that's really awesome. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.